Many stones are told to be precious, but only real pressure forge diamonds. Diamonds are forever.
Alright, I got some pretty hectic news. So I noticed I was having like this louder than normal engine sound coming from my Subaru. It was about early last week. Then Tuesday this week, I go to start the car first thing in the morning, and I noticed it sounded a little bit louder than usual. No big deal. I let the car warm up while I was inside getting ready for work, and then before I left to work, I turned the car off. It had been sitting out there for about 10-15 minutes warming up, and I checked the oil. Oil was fine. I remember adding some Lucas in it earlier last week, and I get on the highway, everything's fine, and as I start getting off the highway, I start losing compression. And as I'm driving into the city where I work, I notice I'm losing power, and the engine is like it's loud. Like, if you guys thought it was loud before, that was most of it was exhaust. This time it's coming from the engine, and all you hear is clicking and clacking and knocking and rocking. And so I get off the highway, and the entire dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree, and then the motor cuts out. Now, luckily for me, I was nearby some commercial places, and I was able to get my vehicle into a parking lot. I mean, I had to push it into the parking space. And I'm driving my lady's car right now. And yeah, we're waiting on AAA to get there to come tow my vehicle. So yeah, I see the tow truck driver right now. So let me go meet up with him. And yeah, I told him to make a left and then a right, and then yeah. So here we go. I might have to push it back a space, but yeah. All right, let me go make contact with this guy right now, and then we'll get to it. All right, so while he gets all set up, like I was saying, my dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure the engine is shot. It didn't sound good, so I'm gonna have it towed to the shop that I bring it to, so that way they could try to let me know for sure. So. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, take a picture of that. Ah, you got it.
Yeah, let's go.
I got it. You get
Yep, I got it. You got to use it. I got the e-brake on, just so you know. That would suck if that was only there for show, right? Yeah, like just rip off my front bumper. It's fine.
It's solid, right?
Yeah, it's solid. Oh, it's bolted all in. I would say the hitch might scrape. Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, look at that. It's the key that says Subaru. The biggest key on there. Yeah, so if anybody was ever wondering where I got this bar from, this bar is from Gorilla Off-Road Company. The owner, Derek, has been terrific. Shout out to them for making an awesome product. He promised me that the winch would break, that the winch on the front of the Subaru would break before the bar did. The bar is rated, the winch is rated for 4,500 pounds. With a snatch block, we could pull about 9,000. And yeah, he wasn't lying, because that's the second winch I've had, and the first one broke. So he wasn't lying, I tell you that. So the plan is to find just, I guess, like a little winter beater for now, just like something to hold me over for the winter, and then find a donor motor for this car to get it put in. Maybe a more reliable engine. I don't know. I got to look into it to see what are my options, because that's a factory OEM motor with no modifications on it. But obviously she's outlived her purpose. I think last I checked, the car had over 300,000 miles on it. She's lasted me for a long time. Guess it's kind of nice you don't have to crawl underneath the car to hook it, right?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Unless the dope fiends mess with it, it's all good. All right, so we're gonna take my lady's car to the shop, And I'll see you guys there. Alright, so as we drive to the shop, I'll tell you the craziest story that I probably have ever heard or are probably going to tell on this channel. Now, just to avoid any conflicts with any insurance companies or anything like that, I am going to leave the names of the insurance companies out of this. Sorry about the glare and the light. Try to get to a better position. Here we go. So now I have full coverage on my car, full coverage on my lady's car. I called my insurance company after trying to figure out what am I going to do with the car. Am I just going to let it get towed? Like what's like basically what's the end goal here? And so I called up my insurance company, and I try to set up a tow to get it towed to my house. Because I'm like 98% sure that motor is fried. Like, I'm like 98% sure that motor is done. Because from what I heard, yeah, I'm like beyond reasonable doubt, but I'm not a certified mechanic. It could be something stupid that like set off a chain reaction. And it could just be something. So I called up my insurance company, who I will not name, and it was like about 2 a.m. when I got into work. So I called them up, and I got like the AI or whatever, and they were like, oh yeah, sure, if you want to put in a towing claim, a towing ticket, or roadside assistance as they call it, we're gonna send you a link, fill it out. And very long story short, it said that the tow from my where the car was to my home was $244, which doesn't make any sense to me, because when I Googled how many miles are included in the roadside assistance program, it said 15 miles. So I live about 20 miles from where I work. So I was like, that doesn't make any sense, because the math ain't math. And I'm thinking I would just cover the 5 miles out of pocket, because I live 20 miles from work. I'm covered for 15. I'll just cover the difference, which is 5. So I was like, something's off. So I call my insurance agent, like not my insurance agent, but the insurance. I got a hold of a live representative, and she basically told me that roadside assistance is not covered on my policy. I was like, what are you talking about? I got full coverage. That doesn't make any sense to me. So she was like, well, actually, full coverage doesn't mean anything. You have to pay for roadside assistance extra. And I was like, well, how much is that? Now, I want you guys to just take a wild guess down in the comment section. If you made it this far, let me know down in the comment section how much you think roadside assistance is extra per car on the policy that you already have full coverage or comprehensive coverage or something of that nature. Or it doesn't even have to be full coverage, but how much is roadside assistance extra? Leave it down below in the comment section. So I asked, well, how much extra is this roadside assistance? She said $6. If I remember, it was $6.41 a month extra. That's it? And why was I never offered that? So I'm kind of ticked off, because and I've had this policy for like a year and a half already. I'm like, I was never offered that. Like, I'm kind of upset. So then I had told her, I was like, you would think that they would offer that deal, like, the roadside assistance package to me, considering what I went through with my last insurance company, where their roadside assistance people left me stranded on the side of the road for 8 hours, which I wouldn't have been so upset if the other insurance company's roadside assistance didn't lie to me and tell me that they were consistently on their way, when I could have just Ubered my lady who was pregnant at the time, my dog, myself, and all of our gifts from the baby shower back to my house. And I could have went and grabbed my tractor trailer with the forklift and put the Subaru on the forklift strap, on the trailer, strapped it down, and went home. But they kept me on the line for 8 hours. So I explained to her, I was like, that would mean that somebody ain't doing their job. So she was like, wait, you have a CDL? And I was like, yeah. She goes, well, it doesn't show that here in the system. It shows that you have a regular license. And I was like, really? So she was like, hang on, let me update that for you. She was like, I just saved you $45 on your policy by making sure that your license showed up as a CDL. I was like, so you mean to tell me for the last 3 policy terms, my license has been in there as a regular driver's license and not a CDL? She was like, that is correct. I was like, $45. She was like, yeah. I said, at $6, we'll call it $7 a month, times 6 months. 6 times 7 is 36. You just saved me 45. That would have paid for the monthly, the policy term for the roadside assistance. And she was just like, yeah. And I'm like, it was never offered to me. So I wait until about 9 a.m. I call my agent directly. Now, I just want to be very, very clear that my agent is also a broker for a bunch of other insurance companies. He doesn't just work for this one insurance. So I call him up. I'm like, hey, man. And he's just like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, it's not good. Car broke down. I was trying to get a tow. It's $244, but you never offered me roadside assistance. And he's just like, yeah, I never offer roadside assistance. I was like, why not if the insurance that I have offers it? And it's only $6.40 a month extra on top of. I was like, dude, it's a no-brainer. And he said, well, I will tell you exactly why I don't offer it. I said, all right, well, I'm all ears, because it better be frank and good, Frank. Like this, it better be good. So he tells me that the reason why he doesn't offer roadside assistance to anyone with that particular insurance, which is what I have, because that, let's say you run out of gas, you get into an accident, for whatever reason, you need a tow, you need roadside assistance. This insurance company counts that as a claim against your policy, and they hold it against you for 3 years. So he said, perfect example. I had a guy come to me about 2 weeks ago. He said that he had, this particular insurance, and he was looking for a new insurance because the rates were just outrageous, looking for something new. Because he needed roadside assistance within a couple of years, like more than 3 times in a couple of years for whatever reason, it made him ineligible because that was more than the acceptable number of claims by other insurance companies. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, nope. So because this particular insurance company marks that down as a claim, it doesn't matter if they're paying out $2 or $5,000 for roadside assistance, they count it as a claim and it counts against you, and they hold it against you for 3 years. And I was like, wow. I said, I get it, but I wish you would have still offered it. And he was like, well, if I offered it, would you have taken it? I said, I would have considered it, but you should have at least given me the option. He goes, I always recommend someone to get a better roadside assistance company So I was just like, all right, well, what company would you recommend? So he told me it started with the first letter of the alphabet times 3. Yeah, I mean, I can hear the sirens, people, but, I mean, yeah, I got space to move, Frank. Got everybody to move, and the sirens went the other way. Seems legit. So, basically, he told me call AAA for better service. I was like, all right, cool. Called AAA. AAA was like, all right, cool. It's gonna be $120 a month, a year, and this is everything that's included in it. So I was like, all right, sweet. So I did that, and when you do the math, because I would have 2 cars on my current insurance, I'm actually paying less for the first year with AAA versus if I would have went through my insurance. And I'm covered up to like 100 miles after like the first 7 days. I'm only covered up to 5 miles with no additional penalties if I use it the second day. If I use the towing thing the first day, I would pay the $120 plus $65 surcharge plus $6 a mile after the first 5 miles. If I would have used AAA yesterday, because I'm getting the vehicle towed today, which today, in case you guys didn't know, is November 1st, the day after Halloween. My car broke down Tuesday morning, so I waited this long, and now we're on our way to the shop. So, but yeah, we're stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. So I'll see you guys as soon as we get to the shop. Let you guys watch it, get offloaded. Maybe you guys can meet my mechanic. I don't know. We'll see if he's up to it. He's not really a camera guy, so we'll see. Side note, forgot to mention the $45 extra that I'm being saved. So I asked my insurance agent about that, and he basically said, yeah, I don't know why the one system isn't talking to the other system, because as soon as you put your driver's license information in from the DMV, it should have updated in our system. And since you've been a CDL holder, your insurance, they owe you some money. So I'm going to email them and let them know that you've been being overcharged for the last 2 policy terms, because this just renewed my 3rd. So I don't know if they charged me yet. I don't know. It's been like a year and a half that I've been with them. But he said, don't worry about it. I will make a note on my calendar to follow up with this, and I will let you know as soon as they get back to me. But you are absolutely right. You are being overcharged, and I don't know why it never updated in the system that you were a CDL holder. So there's that. And at least that $100 that I'm saving, I just put that towards my AAA membership. I mean, it's almost like people who think that they're making money by returning products back to the store. I mean, not really, but yeah, I guess in a way. I don't know. It's just like one hand washes the other kind of thing. So yeah. So I will see you guys when we get to the shop. I know I said that already, but I'll see you guys when we get to the shop. Alright, so we just got to the shop. here at Monroe Muffler and Brake on North Frontage Road, New London. They always take care of me. They always do excellent service, in my opinion. If you guys are in the area, come check them out. That e-brake needs work, right? Yeah. And I actually plan on bringing the Subaru to the shop so I could get the back brakes done because they're starting to squeal. So I figured let me get the e-brake checked and maybe the back brakes replaced. That's it, folks. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Auto and truck repair. Sweet. Alright, let's go inside, see what the mechanic says. Alright, guys, so we're leaving the shop now. The mechanic said he will look at it in a bit and then give me a shout. So as of right now, I don't have any updates. I told him don't worry about it. It's Friday. Take your time. Technically, my AAA memberships don't kick in until next Thursday anyway. So if the motor is gone, there's really nothing I could do right now. So I could just have the car towed to my house next Thursday. Until I find like a donor motor or something of the sort. But right now I'm just looking for another Subaru to buy just to get me through the winter, and then comes the spring or whatever, maybe I could find a donor motor over the winter and then have it dropped in. That way I could have at least a full backup car for the household. Good rule of thumb, keep this in mind: 2 is 1 and 1 is none. And what I mean by that, if you have 2 of something, you might as well just count it as 1. And if you have 1 of something and that one thing goes, you got nothing. So it's always better to have a little extra or 1 whole extra versus nothing, because if that one you got fails, no matter what it is, it could be a walkie-talkie, it could be a pair of boots, you name it. 2 is 1, 1 is none. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that for today. Shout out to Malls Towing and Auto and Truck Repair. I think they're located in Uncasville, Connecticut. Not sure. Maybe that's where the driver said he was coming in from. I think that's where he said he was coming in from. I'm not sure where they're located, but very fast response time from the time that they got the dispatch call. And I know that it varies, but for a Friday afternoon, very good service time. Very good. He was prompt, he was professional, looked good, pretty straightforward, straight shooter. When I talked to him on the phone, I let him know, hey, I'm a truck driver. I'm just trying to get you the best direction to the vehicle and how to get there the quickest and the easiest so you can find it. And he let me know he appreciated it. And I met him there, and cool. Then we brought it to the shop, and what I would like out of this encounter is, I'm hoping it's just something stupid, something small, where it was just like, hey, you ran out of, I don't know, something. But yeah, I mean, I can hope for the best, expect the worst, hope for the best, and just keep my head up and try to find another. I'm really looking for a all-wheel drive, 4-banger Subaru, 4-cylinder. So, but yeah, it's been a while. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys smash that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one. And stay tuned for updates because it's been a while. It has been a while. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy your weekend. Later.